here. Welcome back to my channel. My goodness, it feels like it has been forever since I made a video for you. I think it's been maybe 2 weeks. I actually did make some videos in there, but I have had a lot of editing issues with technical difficulties, so I was not able to get those up for you, and I do apologize for that. I do always try to post videos on Mondays and Fridays, so it's super important to me to stick to my schedule to put out videos when I say that I'm going to. It's just very important to be consistent, and it really bothers me when I'm not able to do that. But that said, sometimes things come up and you have to make a choice. In this case, I had the deadline for completing the third draft of my novel Everside to send to the editor, and I had to make the choice between putting all of my time and effort into that or making videos. And because I did have a deadline on that, I did have to finish. I did finish. I finished 3 days later than I had planned to, but still on schedule to send it to the editor. Okay, so let's talk about my bi-monthly goals for July and August and my progress. Obviously, my first and most important goal was to finish the draft, prepare it to send to the editor, and yes, I did that, so yay. Number 2 was to begin brainstorming on book 2 of the series, which, because of what happened in the ending of the last of the book of the draft, I am actually more on track for that. So I didn't sit down and do actual brainstorming, but in the writing process of Everside, it kind of became clear the direction that the next book is going to be going in. On YouTube, my goal was to post 7 videos over the month of July and August. I did do that. That is behind my normal goal schedule, like I said, of around 14 videos, but I did have to cut that because I did know that I would be putting a lot of time and effort into finishing my manuscript. Also wanted to make sure that I was commenting on the YouTube videos that I'm watching, because I watch so many amazing authors and booktubers and art creating people. Make sure that I was giving them that shout out. So one of my goals was to make sure that I comment on 20 videos a month, just to let people know, enjoy their content, that it's important to me. And so I did do that. On my goal on my blog was to post 8 videos. I did do that. To get out my newsletter, which again, another big fail. This has been on my list for 6 months now. It started. I have drafts of it. I just am not 100% happy with the content that's in it, so I just cannot send that out until I am a little more confident in what I'm presenting there. And I really think I'm making a much bigger deal out of it than it needs to be, but so that was definitely a goal that I did not meet, so that will move over to the next. The next goal was productivity, and that was to use my bullet journal daily or my planner daily. I did do that, to do my 1 line a day journaling, which is something new that I started. I actually started that in August, and I really enjoy it. And it's basically just you write 1 line every day as kind of a journal entry, and it's very simple, it's very quick, and it's a great way to kind of record what's going on and to kind of spur you into writing, because it's just a line a day. Anybody can do that. I did begin incorporating some tracking systems in my bullet journal, and I do promise I do have a video coming on all of that for you. It was one of the videos that I actually filmed, spent a lot of time editing, and had a technology issue and ended up losing the entire video. So I am going to have to go back and record that for you. So I have incorporated the trackers, and I've done an okay job of keeping up with them. I definitely haven't done it every day, but I'm still kind of getting a feel for it and feel for what type of tracking and that sort of thing that works for me. So yeah. So my personal goals were to work out twice a week. I did not meet that goal. Some weeks I did, some weeks I didn't. Overall, I did work out more than I had been in the past, so that is progress. And even though I didn't meet my goal, I did make progress toward it, so I always count that as a win if I make at least progress toward it, even though I'm not completely finishing it. Eating healthier, I have definitely been doing that. We did have some vacation in there, so healthy eating always goes out the window in that. But I have definitely cut back on my portions, and I am definitely cutting my sugar again. I completely cut all of the sugar out of my beloved tea, which I only used a tiny amount to start with, but it's just, I feel like that is something that I can cut, so I have cut that. I've also cut back on the amount of bread. Y'all, that's a struggle. Like, bread is my friend. Like, I love bread. I could just eat bread all day and be perfectly happy. But my body does not like bread because I do have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. I do have a mild case of it, but anyone out there that can relate to that, you know that maintaining your weight, losing weight is a struggle. And you probably have the same problem with insulin resistance that I do. And basically my body hates carbs, but I love them. So to read my Bible daily, I did better, but I did not do that every single day. And when I do say daily, most of these are like Monday through Fridays. And my fun goals, of course, because you know that I have really been working to incorporate rewarding myself and making sure that I'm not just constantly working, even though I love writing. And when I take that time to do some type of creativity without any, I don't have to worry if anybody's going to like it because it's just for me. That has tremendously helped me to be more productive, even though, yes, I am sometimes taking a few hours or an hour or 15 minutes or 5 minutes away from my writing and my work time. It does make me more productive in the end because I'm not so apt to get burnt out and stuck. So obviously the big thing was finishing that first draft and getting it off to the editor. So even though some of the other little goals didn't get accomplished, my big goal got accomplished, and I made progress in most of the other areas. So I'm still happy. Okay, so let's move on to my goals for the next 2 months, my bi-monthly goals. Let me find them here because I did write them down. Okay, so for September and October, I'm actually really sad because one of my goals that I had made was to attend the writers conference that is here in Midland, and I did enter my first chapters of my manuscript into that contest, and I still haven't heard back from it. But I don't think I'm going to be able to attend the conference. There has just been a lot of stuff that has come up, and I just don't think that I'm going to be able to do that. So I'm really sad about it. But you know what? I'll just put it on my calendar and I'll do it next year. So even though it's disappointing and I was really looking forward to it, that's life. Sometimes it doesn't go the way that you want and you just have to deal. So here are my September and October goals. I need to put out 14 lovely YouTube videos for you, and I'm going to stick to this. I am definitely going to get those videos, or at least very close to that, out to you. As soon as the draft of Everside gets back, I do need to start applying those edits, and I know that there is a lot of work that still needs to be done. I'm going to tentatively set a goal to finish the 4th draft by the end of October. I really don't know how realistic this is until I get the feedback from the editor, because I don't know if I'm looking at some major rewrites or just small, well, I'm sure it's not small. I know there's a ton of issues that I need to cover in my book, and I'm excited about that, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, I'm tentatively saying that I want to have that done by the end of October. Again, that may adjust depending on how much work needs to be done. It's really hard to make a goal whenever you don't know exactly what needs to be done, so it's tentative. I need to start brainstorming for book number 2 to prep October for NaNoWriMo, because I do plan to write the 2nd in the series, which is tentatively titled Diocide, which is just a fun little tidbit. So the Diocide in the Everside series is a world that was created, the greater good, who kind of oversees all of the different worlds, and use of magic and punishment will actually banish different spirits or humans who do use magic in a way that they're not supposed to, or other supernaturals are banished to the Diocide. And there is, as far as everyone knows, no coming back, and this world is ruled by the vampires. So Yes, so I need to brainstorm and kind of see what direction that takes and prepare to write that first draft in October. Next up is my daily dash. I do need to do that every day, Monday through Friday, and weekends are a bonus. So the daily dash is just my morning routine, and I'm going to definitely give you a video about that coming up later this month to go through exactly what it is. But my goal is to do that every single day. To keep up with my bullet journal and my planning, again for my reward system, to make sure that I am rewarding myself daily, that I am creating daily, that I am doing things just for the enjoyment of doing them, and kind of keep track of how that works with my productivity. Also, that newsletter, y'all, okay, I gotta get that thing out to you. I'm not even gonna make any promises at this point, but my due goal is to have it out by October. Another thing that I really want to focus on is really connecting with you guys and other people on social media. And that's something that I do try to do. The last month or so has I've kind of fallen away from that. Not because I wanted to, but because I really spent seriously about 5 to 6 hours every day, if not more, working on my book. After that much writing straight through, man, my brain did not work. I couldn't, other than just journaling and doing things around the house and taking care of the kids, I just did not have the energy to really post like I like to, or comment or follow people like I like to. So that is definitely something for September and October that I want to get back in the habit of, is just connecting and being more present and that sort of thing on YouTube, on social media, because I do love that and I love connecting with you guys, and it's so super important to me. So those are, unless I've forgotten something, the majority of my September, October bi-monthly goals. And yeah, I am excited. I am excited to get started. All right, guys, I'm sorry that this is so rambly, and I hope that you could follow me. I would absolutely love to know what your goals and what your plans are for the next month. So if you YouTube or you share those on social media or share them down in the comments below, I would absolutely love to hear your progress and your goals so that I can support you and cheer you on and all of that good stuff. So again, I will see you next time. I hope that you have, oh wait, I forgot something. Oh, I can't believe I didn't write this down. I always have a reading goal. Okay, so I do have a goal to read a certain number of books. My goal was to read 8 books. I really didn't think I would be able to do it with having to do that edit. So I will be bringing you some book love reviews on my website. I don't know that I'll do videos on all these, maybe a couple, but I did read The Night Circus, Unhinged, Ensnared, so I finished the Splintered trilogy. The Beast Within, which is Beauty and the Beast from the Beast perspective. The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, which was our Owl Crate selection. Second Born, which I really loved that book. I don't know if you guys have read that, but I really love that. Essence by fellow YouTuber Mandy Lynn. It's really cute because her book has kind of the same elements as my manuscript. I mean, it's not identical, but there's some things in there that are similar. So I absolutely loved reading that. I thought it was a really cute story and sweet and kind of sad and moving all at the same time. So you should definitely, if you haven't, check that out and support her. Last Another Day, which I just felt like I needed to read about some zombies. And I get obsessed every once in a while with zombie books. It's actually funny because I read one and I was like, even though I watched The Walking Dead, I was like, well, I do not want to read a zombie book. How can this be good? And I kind of got hooked on them. And then I kind of take a break. And I was just like, the other day, I was like, you know what? I really want to read a zombie apocalypse type book. So I read Last Another Day, and it was really good. So yeah, I'm super excited that I finished 8 books. My goal for the next 2 months would be, 16 books total. So 8 books one month, 8 books the next, and I've already gotten started on that. I actually am almost finished with a really neat book called Ingrid Viking Maiden. That's really good. I'm almost finished with it. And yep, so that's really all. I'm going to quit rambling now, and I will talk to you later. Bye.